All right, y'all. May 19. It's been quite a while since I brought you a video. Actually, I've probably busted out 2 or 3 clips, and then there was so much recalculating that went on after those. I thought, why show it to them, and then show them something else just to shoot video. So 86, 2 or 3 videos, and so now that's why it's the 19th now, and the last one was dated the 6th, right? So we've been busting. We've been getting things in order. Rich had all that welding to do while I was gone off to Daytona to bring Sherry's dad's truck back and my wife back and the stuff that was down there that we needed to get back. So yeah, we've got the fans are on. Let me get you a light and show you what that looks like. That's a pretty nice little unit down there. I don't know if that helps you at all, but we got the shroud made up and riv nuts on it and all that stuff. Still got to put the fittings in. We're gluing the fittings in. I do that on everything that has a pipe fitting type connection. If it's not welded, I always put the glue on. It's just extra protection from any kind of leaking that can happen. So we have to mock this stuff up. Next thing we're going to do is get the wing over here and get it mocked up. We have aluminum we bought for the uprights. It's going to have a great big lightning hole in the middle, so it's not going to be solid aluminum. Don't freak out, John. But it has to be good and strong. It has to be stout so the wing doesn't vibrate and shake and all that stuff, right? We have to make end plates yet. We're going to have to come off of here with probably some small stock like this, small round stock, and then a T, right, with a Zeus fastener on either side to hold the bottom of the wing end plate. Of course, it's going to be screwed into the end of the wing. But again, it's going to be a big panel, so you want that extra support, That's all there is to it. So, what else have we been doing? As you can see, we had to alter the can. We had to cut two inches or so out of the water tank itself, just to be able to get the wing down to a point that we aesthetically liked. You can see a little ding in this thing here, right here. I don't think you can see that, right? That's where his headrest bounces into the wing with the standard Anderson setup. As you can tell, it may be just a hair lower, maybe a ½ inch lower. I'm not really sure, but we've got to mock it all up yet. But that's next. We get the wing up here. We get it mocked in place, held in place where it's going to sit, and then we'll take. We're already started making up some template material, right, for the aluminum. And what we'll do is what we're going to end up doing is welding a strip tab on here and another tab down here, probably 2 bolts here, probably 2 bolts here. It'll be cut out. That aluminum plate will be cut out here, up and around. The whole thing will come back up to the mounts on the wing itself, right? Now we got our glue, our fancy cool glue coming for this. I think I shot this before. I don't know if we actually 86'd that thing or not, but that video. But see how this is the only way to fix this. We're going to be able to fix this without tearing the wing all apart is by sending our high strength helicopter glue down here. Yeah, it's the glue they use to put stainless steel leading edge on composite rotor blades, and all it is just glued on. So I think I've told you that before, but I've shot so many of these videos and then deleted them that I can't remember where I'm at. I know this is number 26. Number 26 overall. We started releasing the videos a couple days ago, so we released the first couple as we put the tape on and get you into how this thing came about. Really, you only have a small, short list of things to do. We do have to add one thing to this is that piece of metal with the pins that are going to go on the inside of the lip of the nose to hold the front of this on, but we'll just add that to the dash on the list. But so we're busting, man. We've been working and reworking. Rich has had to take the bottle and the tank, or the radiator, because the tank on the radiator was leaking. He's welded the radiator 3 times, the bottle there twice. It's just we pressure check them, and it's just tiny little. I mean, you can barely see the tiny little trail of bubbles, little baby bubbles. But once it gets hot, that might expand. So he's taking it all back, and everything's checking out now. And we went ahead and popped the holes in the headers here. So you get a good 1/2 inch between the top of the header and the first tube. It has fluid in it. We drilled through real easy, took our time, took the rivet nut and put it in the hole, and then used the hammer to squish the fins down, and rock and roll, man. It worked out really good. We've still got to put these fittings in yet, but I've been working on the hardware for this. It's really kind of a pain in the rear to get down in here with an Allen wrench. So I think we're just going to go up to the store, get some metric hex head bolts. Be easy peasy with a wrench to be able to put that stuff on. We get a little tuning to do on these brackets yet, because we got different rubber in here than we used to set it up. Of course, we just grabbed whatever we could find. And I would suggest, if you're going to mount anything in rubber, especially if you're going to bolt it on one side and bolt it on the other, and when you tighten the rubber down, it could move your mounting hole like this does. When we tighten those bottom bolts down, it pulls the radiator down. The problem is we're using a little thicker piece of rubber, and we can't get it down far enough to get the bolt in. So we're going to have to put some slots in this tab up here. No big deal. But I would suggest you use hard plastic or something like that as a spacer to simulate the rubber mounting that you're going to do in the end. That way you can put a bigger chunk of rubber in there and then tighten the bolt down and pull it right into place, you know. Little oversight. I mean, we were running off down to Florida, man, and had some things to handle down there. The wife was a bit of a mess. I was a mess without her here, so but it's all coming together. We got the battery, both the battery trays are made for the LiPo batteries. We got those going today. Those were all done. The trays here, little booster acetate booster acetol, I'm sorry, plastic. You can drill and tap that stuff. What we'll end up doing is putting this on the floor tray, putting this on top, drilling, tapping, and then what we're going to do is cut a relief in here, and we'll have these things here wrapping right around the whole battery and everything to hold it in place. Once we tighten this down on top of our little bungee, the bungee can't get out of there. So we've been doing a whole bunch of things. I mean, we've got a whole bunch of stuff done and lined up to go together quickly. We've got, not next weekend, but the weekend after, we need to get the body work to Patrick. So we have 2 more working weeks. And what we want to do is get this stuff in place so we can work on our fiberglass piece that's going to go here for our, we got to put the pipe back on, you know, for our air inlet. Now, we may end up changing some of this stuff on the fly because we're running out of time, and 2, things don't seem to be working out, fitting very well. We'd really have to take a whole bunch of this off to make this a nice, and we can. It's not that big a deal, but we don't want to give ourselves more work to do. We don't want to add to the list. We want to be scratching things off the list to be able to get this thing painted and put back together, and I'm going to put it in a trailer and take it to Mid-Ohio to deliver it to John. So we bought ourselves a little extra time there, but inevitably we really got 2 weeks to get to bust this out, get our wing uprights, our end plates made, get everything, tiny bit of welding left. We'll have to tear the whole back bumper off when the body work is gone, so Rich can weld the bottom side of a bunch of stuff in here. Final weld. We'll put it all back on with nylock hardware instead of just the standard nut and washer. So that way it's good and tight. We got to drill and we got to tighten up and wire the rear caliper on. Can't do that until we get the bumper welded and get our permanent fastener on there. So plenty to do, but we're knocking it off the list pretty quick. I'm confident this thing will go in a trailer, heading down to Mid-Ohio on that Thursday before the weekend, and we'll roll it on down the hill to them Thursday evening, and that's it. It'll be done and over. Well, maybe we'll bring you some video of it running around the track, but let's get it finished first, right? So it's been a while. We've shot a bunch of video and kind of deleted it all, but there you go. Things are coming right along. Won't be long now, and we'll start plumbing things up, bolting things together for good, and you know, getting her out of our hair. Okay. Godspeed. God bless. Hang in there, y'all. We've missed you, and we're praying for you. It'll get better. Hang in there.